That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 79 of Camp Strange. I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, David Stokes.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and naughty.
Oh, one of my news stories I'm very excited about is very naughty.
Okay, wait. Are you going to start then?
No, I'm going to start with one. Because we were talking, you said that yours was food related. I had one that was food related. And I've got one that's significantly longer that I really want to enjoy. So
okay, but before you get into it, before we tell you these longer stories, you gotta
do that whole thing.
We gotta catch you up on some news you might have missed.
Yeah.
David, we're eager to catch you up on this news, and it's some food news, and David's got some other news. But David, you start.
Pickles and beef. McDonald's creates candles that smell like 6 ingredients of a quarter pounder.
Ooh, I'm not even mad about that.
You're not?
No.
You want a pickle scented candle?
Oh wait, I thought it smells like a whole quarter pounder.
No. So you got 6 candles. You can light them all at once. So this photo that they have of it is very, very, very blurry.
Wait, what are the 6 ingredients of a quarter pounder?
Well, I'm gonna try to tell you what it is. I think I can figure out. There's only one I can't really figure out.
Can I guess real quick?
You can't, because it doesn't list it. There's just a photo of the 6 candles.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess. Like,
wait, no. Okay, now I found it.
Okay, I'm gonna guess it's like you said: pickles, beef. We got some cheese. Mm-hmm. We got some onions. Mm-hmm. That's 4. We got ketchup. Mm-hmm. No way. The bun doesn't smell like anything, right? Bun, or is it mustard?
You got to be more specific.
Sesame seed bun.
You nailed it.
Is that it? Yeah.
So it's sesame seed bun.
I don't know if I'm excited or sad now.
Because that's in the song, the jingle, right? Sesame seed bun.
Two all beef patty, special sauce, less cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Yeah. So it lists off sesame seed bun.
That's a Big Mac.
I just have to correct you though, because it's sesame seed bun, ketchup, pickle, and just one pickle. It smells like one pickle. By the way, cheese, onion, and 100% fresh beef. It's not just beef; it's 100% fresh beef.
I hope they have little bits of ground beef in that candle.
Yeah. Oh, and so this line will it couples with a quarter pounder muffin mittens, quarter pounder mittens, a 2020 quarter pounder calendar, a quarter pounder with love locket, a quarter pounder fan club t-shirt, and a quotes I'd rather be eating a quarter pounder sticker, and then a quarter pounder fan club pin.
When I die,
Fuck.
When I die, can you slap that sticker on my coffin?
I hope so.
I'd rather be eating a quarter pounder.
Whichever one of us dies first.
Put that on.
Slap it on.
That's weird. Is this all like a package? Is this like a loot crate type situation we got going?
You know, it's just they had a press release saying that this stuff, that there's going to be some sort of quarter pounder fan club.
Okay.
And it doesn't have a lot of information.
As long as it's not a fillet of fish fan club.
Oof.
Because I'm starting my own.
As long as I was singing fish, sign me up.
Well, that's pretty crazy though. But are you done with that news story?
Yep. Because you can run on to yours.
Speaking of 100% fresh beef, Burger King did the exact opposite.
Okay.
As Burger King breaks the mold with new advertising campaign. That's right. They show on their new advertising campaign a 28-day-old burger covered in mold.
That's a great idea.
And it says the beauty of no artificial preservatives.
That's actually not a bad idea. Like, I get it. Like, how it is. I understand how it is a bad idea.
It's hairy, dude.
Yeah. But I mean, this is just in retaliation from that story we talked about not that long ago about the guy who found the McDonald's burger that looked the same from when he bought it that was like 28 years old or some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is kind of smart because the whole thing about fast food, especially McDonald's, Burger King is probably adjacent to that rumor that, like, you can buy a burger from there and it won't go bad. The fries don't mold. The burger doesn't mold, whatever. So if they really want to show, like, you got to eat this day of, then, you know, they kind of, you know, sealed the
Good
deal.
idea.
Not too bad. So don't bury me with a Whopper. Bury me with a Big Mac.
You can bury me with a angry Whopper.
Well, now it's gonna go back. You're gonna have nightmares for the rest of
nightmare
your
burger
afterlife. But you want to be buried with a Big Mac because then it lasts, right? Or do you want to decompose with
Do you think
your...
there's gonna be enough room with me and a Big Mac in a coffin?
My nickname was Big Mac. But yeah, Burger King killing it. And this is piggybacking. I'm going to do these next two real quick because they're kind of shorter ones. But this next one is piggybacking off of our last week's episode where we mentioned boneless and bone-in wings.
Yes.
As Bone Thugs in Harmony changed name to Boneless Thugs in Harmony for Buffalo Wild Wings.
If it's good enough for Crazy Bone, it's good enough for me.
I saw like a commercial literally the day after. Like it came up on my Instagram, and I was like, "Are they fucking listening to us talk about boneless wings?" And then I realized that
they
was,
had to have.
But like, it was probably
No,
like a
everybody
campaign.
listens to us. Everybody listens to us.
Bone Thugs is the biggest fans of Camp Strange. If you didn't know,
You
that.
heard it here first.
And I'm the biggest Boneless Thugs fan because they fuck with boneless, and you know where I stand on this. I had a friend literally text me today.
Oh, I've been getting texts from people.
Death threats.
Yeah, angry about not just the puffs, the cheese puffs, but the boneless.
Yep.
I've got another. How about the end of this episode? I will present a conversation instead of the we got that is similar that we can discuss.
Okay, but yeah, I'm down for that.
Okay.
But my buddy Nick, he texts me and goes, "I'm a bone-in fan, and I am a cheese puff fan, and
Ooh.
we're not friends anymore now."
What is he also a Twizzler fan? That sick fuck.
Also, no, speaking of Twizzler, though, another person emailed us by the name of, I think, Alex H., and he said the fruit roll-up tattoos are 100% for your tongue, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Well, who gives a shit about fruit roll tattoos?
Just because I'm right. And
I thought we were talking about the zebra gum ones.
No, we're talking about the fruit roll-up stamps.
See, that entire time that I was arguing with you, I thought we were talking about. I didn't realize
I
fruit roll-up.
blacked out, and I was like,
Well, I probably did. But when did fruit roll-ups have tattoos? I don't remember that.
there were like blue...
I ate the paper with the fruit roll-up, which is probably the problem.
the plastic with it where you unroll it. No, there's like there'll be like a rollerblader or like a skateboarder or a snowboarder, and they're like little blue like outline drawings, and you hold them against your tongue, and then you pull them off like 30 seconds later, and there's a tattoo in your tongue. That's just a thing.
I kind of do remember that, and I was always like, it just looks like a big blotch on my arm.
Yeah, you were putting on your arm. You're like, I have ants in my bed.
I'm not wrong. You're wrong.
And my last story I have right here is from, of course, the third runner-up. We got Jack in the Box. And you know what? I think Jack in the Box is a slept-on franchise because Jack in the Box is the only fast food, I don't want to say only, but one of the only ones that has a little bit of everything. For how limited their menu is. They got like a teriyaki bowl. They got some tacos.
That's all they have going. I was a drunk college student who lived
You still are.
literally 10 feet behind a fucking Jack in the Box that was 24 hours, and I wouldn't even eat it then.
You want to hear an interesting story before I jump back into this news
Well,
story?
hold on. I will say though, the last time I had Jack in the Box was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. And it was their breakfast because it was like the only option I had at like 4 a.m. And it actually wasn't bad.
It's good.
Their breakfast is good.
I've had the Jacks, I don't know what they're called, breakfast Jacks.
See, I had like a jalapeno scramble.
Oh,
It was good.
okay.
I mean, I wouldn't eat it every day, and
You can't eat anything like that every day.
No, but
Blow out your butthole.
it wasn't that bad. Oh, that's long gone.
I threw that away a long time ago. But side story real quick. One of my roommates in college worked for the IT department at a college that I will not name because I don't want to get this traced back to anybody.
Yeah.
But him and the IT guys found a code that you enter into the Jack in the Box. They have the stations where you just type it in manually. You go order from like the little what's it called, kiosk, whatever.
Yeah.
He found a code.
I love going in there and using the little computer when there's no line and the people just look at me
Stare
because
at
they
you.
just know I don't want to talk to them.
What do I do? But no, so he found a code, or they found a code that you enter in, and it literally made everything in your order free. And
Wow.
we used it for like a couple months.
And that's a Jack in the Box?
Yeah, and then one day, the lady was like, "Huh." She's like,
I'm not getting paid. What's going on
my
here?
friend walked up to go pick up the food. She goes, huh, why does it say 0 on the receipt? And he goes, oh, that's weird. And then he had a panic attack and walked out of the store.
Yikes.
And he didn't take the food. We never went back to that Jack in the Box, but
Smart.
yeah, it was good. But this Jack in the Box story, I'm sorry that was a tangent, but
We do that.
it says Jack in the Box cashier ignores robber's commands, and then the conversation. I'll just 1 p.m. blah blah blah. 37-year-old Damien McCorkle walked into the restaurant. He had his hands in his pockets. They thought he had something out that he was gonna pull out, but he walked up. He ordered food, and then he said, "I'm robbing you." And the guy behind the counter, the cashier, said, "You're not robbing shit." And then he said, "Yeah, I am. I need the money." And he said, "I will beat your ass. You want to go outside and handle this?" And then the suspect left the store. And then the cops found him, and they said, "Hey, you just tried to rob that store." And he goes, "No, I didn't. I just didn't have the money to pay for like my $9 burger or whatever." And they go empty your pockets, and they found a screwdriver.
Well, he's also fixing things. He likes to walk around and he likes to make sure every screw he sees is tight.
It's kind of interesting though, because if you're gonna, I don't want to tell people what to do if they're gonna rob a place, but like
People do. They make it look like a gun.
if you, no, well, I was gonna say if you have something that's not actually deadly and it's like could be as used as something else, then I don't think you get armed robbery. It's just robbery. You know what I mean? Because armed robbery, that's a bigger sentence. You have like a.
I don't know. People have been killed with screwdrivers.
It's true, but I don't know. Like he could have been like, "I'm a construction worker. I'm just hungry. I need a breakfast."
Where do you
jacket."
work? Oh, I haven't got a job yet.
Well, I just lost it. I'm just because I stole the screwdriver.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that story.
All right. So my next story here took a real twist because I found a funny headline, which was Dad slams school after leaflet tells teens to suck toes rather than have sex.
Okay.
What I wasn't expecting was this news article to basically have the entire list of 101 ways to show someone that you love them other than having sex.
Wait. Okay, wait. Who put out this? The school.
The school handed these out to the kids.
Okay.
Which I will say that the pamphlet has a very angsty teenage girl sitting on a graffitied wall, and then the other page has another very angsty teen doing a
Cartwheel.
Oh, way better. He's doing like a what's that BMX move when you spin the handlebars?
Oh fuck.
What do you call that?
You can't have those. You can't have those brakes. You can't have brakes at all, right? Because the brakes get tied up.
There are ones that that rotate and connect and shit. But
Okay.
But yeah, he's doing whatever you call that.
I don't know
like
what you call that.
Yeah.
Hand
So I just
wheel
want to
spin.
read some of these.
But that's like a book. It's not even a pamphlet. 101
I mean, it's just 2 pages.
Dalmatians.
Number one way to show someone that you love them other than having sex is give them your last chocolate. Number 2, say I love you, yeah, whatever. Number 3, go on a love boat.
The Love Boat.
Just a love boat, because those are all around. Number 4, share a gingerbread man.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Number 4, tickle them. Number 6.
You can't do that. Sexual assault.
Oh, no, number 5, tickle them. Number 6, pick them a flower. Number 7, send them a romantic text. Number 8, flirt. Number 9, kiss when people aren't looking.
Half of these out of context are like crimes, right?
Yeah.
Like-
Number 10, name a star after them. You don't own that star. Don't do that.
we talked about this one time.
A lot of these are blocked out from because they enlarged our big boy number 26, which is suck their toes.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
I just watched a Juggalo documentary where some guy was sucking toes, and the guy behind the camera said, "Don't you worry about all the dirt on the feet?" And he goes, "No, it's just more seasoning. I like you put seasoning on your chicken, don't you?" And it was so disgusting.
Yeah. I'm just really
Whoop, whoop.
I'm really scanning some of these. Number 20, get their name temporarily tattooed on your body.
Temporarily.
Yeah, that's the key word. Here we have
This is
number
great.
23, buy them a piece of the moon.
Okay, they already. These people. I feel like they had 2 people to write this list up, and some guy's like, "Buy her chocolate," and the other guy's like, "Buy her gingerbread," and you're like, "Oh no, we crossed over. I hope you don't have a bias section of the place you don't own." They're Swedish too.
24. This made the top 25. Buy them a Kinder egg and hide a ring inside.
Wait, aren't those illegal now because you can't fucking...
No, they're back now, but somehow that beat out suck their toes.
How do you get the ring inside the
Holy
egg?
fuck! Exactly. Number 28. Walk 1,000 miles for one of their smiles.
That's so much more dangerous than
that's
sex.
dangerous.
That's so much more dangerous than sex.
Boy.
Trust me.
And then I love how. So all the ones I've named before, these outrageous things. This is number 31. Way behind these ones. Hold their hand.
Oh, that should be number one.
And then right
the
after
Beatles
that,
taught me that.
right after that is drive 2 hours just to see them for one.
What the fuck are these people?
Yeah, and then we got 34. Run them a bath.
That's like
Got to make sure they're clean.
honestly, that's kind of weird. That's like leading to sex.
Yeah, you
You're like,
think
get them
so.
naked
Yeah.
and then run them a bath and leave.
Make a stew out of them. And we got the big hitter right here at number 36. This took all the way.
Buzz their hair?
There were 35 before this one. If you're trying to get the sweet, sweet sex, and this one would be number 36. Propose marriage.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, then you
and
can
then after
have
that is
sex.
make them a playlist. Number 38.
This is just like all over the place.
Number 38. Parachute together.
What's a skydive? Who calls it parachute? What does that mean? Oh, is that where you just like go in a field and lift a parachute up?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
Like the rainbow one that you
Like
do
what
in
you do in
preschool?
preschool? Yeah, I don't know.
That's not a two-person activity.
This one's really good. 39. Write their name with a sparkler.
That's just vandalism.
No, it's in the air.
Oh, yeah, I write it on the sidewalk.
Okay.
Are we reading all these? Is this what the podcast
No,
is
I've
now?
been skipping around. I have been
Okay.
skipping around. I'm just
Okay.
trying to find the good ones.
They're all good. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
I don't know why parents are freaking out about this pamphlet.
Yeah. I could try to zoom in on that. That was only the top 50. I could try to
know
zoom
what?
in on the second half.
We'll try to get our hands on this pamphlet, and then,
Oh, 55. Play footsie.
we'll send it to all your houses. So you know what to do next time you're feeling horny. You eat a whole potato raw.
Yeah.
That will solve it. Or you could just like buzz your partner's head, give him a buzz cut.
You know, it's sad because when you get in the 60s, it's like, listen to their problems. Be a shoulder to cry on.
Oh, those
Be
should've-
willing to compromise. Respect each other. Share your dreams.
They didn't lead with those?
No, they shared with give them your last chocolate, go on a love boat, and share gingerbread man.
So wait, one was chocolate and 3 was gingerbread.
3 was love boat, 4 was gingerbread
That's
man.
fucking seasonal.
Yeah.
Who has gingerbread?
It's just really insane the order they put these in. Give them a foot massage barely made the top 100.
I feel like high schoolers made this.
Nibble their ears at 96.
Wait, when they're 96 years old?
Yeah, and then number 97 before, so you don't have sex is just never cheat on them.
How can you cheat on them if you can't have sex?
I guess kissing.
I guess kissing.
Kissing or sharing a gingerbread.
They're like, my girlfriend walks up. Did you just fucking cheat on me?
Did you just give
No, I gave my grandpapa chocolate.
Give him me lost chocolate?
Oh, likely story, fucker. I saw you giving him eyes for a fucking millennia now.
All right, I got one last one here,
Okay.
and that's number 95. Sit under the pier and eat fish and chips together.
That's so fucking insulting. That's like eating a burger at a slaughterhouse.
I live in North Dakota.
Who fucking goes to a pier to eat fish and chips?
Not everybody has access to a pier.
Oh, wait, you could go on a pier. Just don't go under the pier.
Yeah, bad things happen under there.
Sex.
Yeah, sex usually, and it's usually not pretty.
They're like, go in a vibrating bed and play Scrabble. You're like, why are you even bringing in the vampire bed?
Yeah.
Not the
Also,
vibrate-
81 is very dangerous because it does say talk to each other about sex and find out their thoughts on the subject. That's leading to
That's
the thing you're
truth
trying to
or
prevent.
dare.
Yeah, come on, people.
Oh, man. Well, that was fun.
It's a really good list.
That's a good list. We need to get our hands on that
Can you
list.
imagine handing that out to all the high school? Could you imagine being the principal and looking at that list and going, yeah, this is good. We'll hand this one out to the
They
kids.
handed out condoms stapled to paper, like that had like
yeah.
safe sex things, and they didn't realize that they stapled in the middle of the condom.
I mean, even if you don't staple in the middle of it, it's going to make it expire unless you use it like that day.
True that, but they had to take them all back. And now I have a son. I have a son I eat fish and chips with underneath the pier. Anyway,
Because you can't.
because I love the kid. I love the fucking kid. Anyway, okay. Well, I think we should get into these longer stories.
Yeah.
But before we do, we got to remind you that if you like drinking liquids, you're going to like drinking coffee. And not just any coffee. We're talking Spring Hill Jack, baby. That's the best coffee you've ever heard of.
I burned through those cold brew beans so fast.
Yeah?
Well, I mean, I didn't.
Your
My
girlfriend?
my fiance.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
I got like half a cup.
more, please.
Please.
More? Yeah. Well, anyway.
It was delicious.
As you can see, another
It's
way
flying off our shelves.
Another way to show your love is to share your spring-heeled Jack with your loved one. So next
She
time,
doesn't listen. She won't hear it.
let your loved one steal your spring-heeled Jack. So try that out next time, and you'll be madly in love with a son. And well, not with a son.
The sun keeps us alive. Yeah, that sun.
That's it.
Yeah.
Drink spring-heeled Jack. It's good. Okay, I think we're good.
It's good.
It's good. Okay, let's get into these stories. Now, David, you are the proud father of a little gremlin boy / dog named Kuma. Is that correct?
I would kill for that dog.
Well, let me ask you this, David. Is Kuma ever, in the rarest cases, I assume, a naughty boy?
The worst he does is just like whine.
This little whiner?
Sometimes, yeah.
Well, he has like little long nails and he runs across the floor a lot. That's not a bad thing, but you'd be like,
That's just me not clipping his nails because I hate the way he looks at me.
oh, really?
No, I got a little grinder thing that I grind it down.
Well, surprise, surprise, pets, of course, have always been good boys and girls for the most part throughout history. But sometimes there are bad boys and bad girls that cross the line. And I'm not talking about peeing on the carpet by accident. I mean murder.
I thought you were going to say peeing on the carpet on purpose.
I mean, hey, we've all been there. But that is why today I will be telling you a couple stories of the naughtiest pets in history.
Oh, can't wait.
Yeah, when I say naughty, not horny naughty. I mean like they're murdering.
You know, I love the horny stories, but I never once signed up for horny pet stories, Alex.
Well, you know what?
Alexander.
You're not getting them today, okay?
Good.
So let me get into this first story. So our first story goes back to the early days of America as our third president, Thomas Jefferson, was taking office. Before we talk about presidents, though, let's brush up on life before the White House. As most of us know, there are two classes of jobs in the U.S., white collar and blue collar. And even though Thomas Jefferson was an educated man back in the mid-1700s, Thomas Jefferson was also a landowner and a farmer. He had all kinds of vegetables, wheat, and animals on his property, but his main source of income was tobacco. What's so funny, David?
I was wondering if you're going to graze over the whole slave thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to bring that up. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to unpack there. I don't feel like I'd be doing...
You can't argue that he loved his slaves.
There's a lot of controversy in there. He had a lot of illegitimate children, as they would say.
Yes, he did.
But this isn't about any of that stuff. This is about his... we'll keep going. So, like I said, his main income was tobacco. But Jefferson went to farm on for years, but never made much of a profit on it. Luckily for him, though, he turned to his white-collar side and became president. But of course, Jefferson remained loyal to his farming roots. He proved this when he decided to bring a herd of 40 sheep along with him when moving to the White House. The Shetland sheep herd was kept on the president's square in front of the White House. But in that herd, there was one troublemaker. Among the 40 sheep was a beautiful Shetland ram, which Jefferson was extremely proud of owning for its uniqueness. The ram was polycerate, which meant it had 4 horns instead of 2.
Oh, those real demonic ones.
Yeah.
Real Satanists.
So although the ram was noticeably beautiful and rare, it was also very noticeably aggressive.
A demon.
I mean, it's going all Black Phillip on everybody.
Demon.
He's got a demon in one of the horns. We gotta find out which one. Imagine rolling up to the White House and just being like, "Oh,
Catching a horn to the knee.
there's 40 sheep right there. That's pretty cool." They used to have a lot of the presidents used to have like crazy animals, like alligators, crocodiles, bears,
Ostrich.
ostri.
Cockatiels.
That's probably one of them.
Peacocks.
Yeah, they got a lot of them, but this animal, the ram, was stubborn, territorial, and threatening towards other sheep and people. And even though it was small in size, the ram attacked several people daily. One of the attacked men was trespassing through the president's square when he got rammed by the angry animal. The unfortunate man was so badly injured that he was unable to move for 6 weeks.
Whoa.
Which is kind of
What do you mean by that? Like he was just like frozen?
No.
Unable to walk
He
or
was
just
like
move?
he became a lawn gnome. He was
Okay.
just no. I have no idea. Like that's the thing about it. I mean, there's a lot of like where like somebody wrote about this shit in their diary, and people are like, "Oh, this is all the fact we
He's
need."
the goddamn Tin Man.
It's very strange, but like when I see rams ramming people now, I'm just like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." They just
No,
got-
that shit hurt.
They got knocked on the floor.
That
Maybe.
shit hurted.
I mean, I have to believe this man was like 103, right?
I mean,
Like-
have you ever seen a goat?
Is a goat a ram?
I guess a
No, right? No.
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 no. Sorry.
But they're maybe in the same family, right?
yeah, definitely.
Or are they are they the male version of a sheep?
No. Well, a ram is a male version of a sheep.
Like a rooster to a chicken.
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
so.
I believe so too. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this man was frozen for 6 weeks. He hit him in the funny bone. He was tingling all over.
He had a frost element.
But another incident is noted in the diary, like I said, of President Jefferson's friend Anna Marie Thornton, where she explains how the ram attacked and killed a small boy that was walking near the lawn. I'm laughing because of David's face right now. I'm not laughing at the murder of this child, but he was very uncomfortable with that last sentence.
I mean, the kid's head's got to be at knees height, I guess.
Or-
Just a good.
well, we don't call it knees height on the presidential grass. We call it goat head height.
That's true, because the goat head height rules the land.
The four hornsmen of the apocalypse. That's sad though.
It is sad.
But he's like over 300. He would have been over 300 years old. So he
would have been dead anyway.
Exactly. So it's like, it's okay. Let's pretend like he lived till like 40, which is old then. It was also rumored that although Jefferson knew about the temper of the ram, he did not actually know about the attacks on people, including the death of the young boy, which just probably makes sense. Like, Jefferson's pretty stressed out already. He has like 4 kids that he's claiming are not his.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
then-
worst comes to worst, it's like you guys be like, oh yeah, it's to keep the people out of the White House. It's a guard. It's a guard
Yeah,
ram.
they didn't have guards. They just had.
Yeah. He doesn't have an attack dog. He's an attack ram.
I would rather have the dog. I think. I don't know.
Because the ram attacks everything.
I mean, the ram would just freeze people on the lawn and kill kids.
He's got a bunch of frozen men and dead children.
This game of freeze tag sucks. They gotta stand there for 6 weeks and look at all those dead kids on the lawn.
And you gotta hire people to move the frozen people. Because if that ram hits them again, they're gonna shatter.
Or if they hit them again, I think they're unfrozen.
No, they shatter.
That's how freeze tag works. So eventually, I guess word got around, and the president got sick of the animal's behavior and had it sent to his property in Monticello, where the ram was kept separate from the other sheep. Here we go. The final incident occurred when the notorious animal broke the fence between its own cage and the place where the other sheep or goats or rams, were held, and he killed several other sheep, including his own lambs.
Oh,
He was just killing his own kids.
he's got that bloodlust.
I know, it's crazy. So this is the
He
last.
did have a demon in him.
I think he did, honestly. This was the last straw that led to the Jefferson family finally having the animal killed. The last mention of the sheep, or the ram, was on the day it was killed when Jefferson called the killer ram an abominable animal, which is, I think, pretty fair to say.
You should just sign it up for the fucking war. Fight the redcoats.
It'll just send it right into battle.
He didn't fight the redcoats. Were long gone by then, right?
There's probably a few of them kind of frozen on the lawn, right?
Yeah.
So, that is the story of the ram.
Bluecoats.
I looked for a name for that ram for so long. They did not name the ram.
I mean, I'm sure he didn't have a name for it to begin with.
What would you name that ram?
The old bastard.
Old bastard.
You old bastard.
Oh, it's not old bastard. It's you old bastard.
You old bastard.
You old bastard. Okay, I like
The old
that.
bastard got out, killed a couple more. He got into the schoolyard.
It killed 4 kids, but it won a game of tetherball. It was pretty amazing.
He actually killed 3 kids with a tetherball. It was amazing.
I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed. So that's fucked up. Let's move on to this next story. So, throughout history, many royals have died in brutal and bizarre ways. Royals have been killed in attacks, by illness, and by accident. However, only one European royal has ever been murdered by someone of not the human kind. Until
Never mind.
you old bastard moved to Europe.
I spoke too soon.
Like I was saying, that is the Greek king Alexander, who died at 27 years old in 1920. So, you want to take a guess on what animal we're talking about right now? I haven't really mentioned it at all. I'm saving it. I'm burying the lead.
Okay. You said he was Greek?
Mm-hmm. You don't know one animal in Greece.
I'm sure they got birds.
Is PETA? Is PETA there?
Nah.
You got pita bread?
I'm just going to go ahead and say it was a very feral dog.
Okay, let's keep going. So Prince Alexander was born in 1893.
Or a big old wildcat like a tiger.
He was born in 1893 as the second son of Greece's king Constantine and his wife Queen Sophia. He actually became king of Greece at only 24 years old after his father and eldest brother were pushed into exile during World War I. But of course, that would not last long, as he would die 3 years later into his reign. So the story begins. Isn't it crazy that like the dad and the brother got pushed into exile, and then there's like the younger brother's still there? I guess they were probably involved in the war more heavily. Yeah. And the younger brother's like, "That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
I just got the throne. I didn't even think I had a chance at all."
Does this mean I can get more V-Bucks?
They didn't even kill him. They just like put him in exile, which exile sounds so nice.
Yeah,
Am
I
I
guess.
wrong?
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
You don't have to talk to anybody.
Just get put in a hole.
No more birthday cards. No more you have to buy presents for people.
Yeah.
Just you and your dad hanging out eating pita bread.
You think well, I mean, if they're in exile, don't you think they got put somewhere different?
Maybe like
You can't be in exile with someone else, can
Sometimes they put them on like an island off the coast, honestly, though.
What if they put them on 2 different islands that were just far enough that they could hear each other yelling, but they couldn't make out the words?
Oh, no.
Because that sounds like hell.
That sounds bad.
Yep.
So, the story begins on October 2nd of 1920 when King Alexander went for a walk with his dog in the private park belonging to the Titau estate outside of Athens. While he was walking his dog, a monkey attacked His Majesty's dog, a German shepherd named Fritz.
Come on, Fritz. You can't get shown up by a goddamn monkey.
The monkey.
Do we know what type of monkey it was?
The monkey of the breed
was a gorilla.
He just yeeted that dog into the fucking
by its tail.
Caspian. Well, I don't know what what touches Greece. The Caspian. I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The salt. The Red Sea. No, I don't know.
The Dead Sea.
The Dead Sea.
I don't fucking know.
Water. It's water. But it was a Barbary macaque.
Oh, are those the ones that have like?
Those are the ones that like fucking steal your glasses and shit, I think.
Okay.
I don't know. I googled them, but they kind of like resemble a lot of different types of monkeys. I think they have little sharp fangs.
They all do.
Yeah, which is enough. You know what I mean? If you got little sharp fangs, you're deadly in my book. So, like I said, the breed.
Oh, okay. So he was the same type of monkey Andros was from Starbucks.
Yep. Yep. If this thing suicide bombed him. Flew a plane right into him and his dog.
I failed you.
So this Barbary McKay, like I said, belonged to someone who worked at the palace. Ooh, he's getting fucking fired.
Yeah, oh fuck, my monkey killed.
My monkey killed. That's my worst nightmare, is walking somebody else's dog and like attacking somebody and being like, oh fuck, my dog killed a baby. My ram hit a baby.
You shouldn't be a pet owner.
My Dodge Ram ran over a family. So when the king saw this, he ran forward to the fighting animals and tried to separate the two from each other. Then another monkey came and bit King Alexander on his leg and upper body several times. So to be fair, it was not the person that worked at the fucking grounds.
Yeah.
Monkey. It was a separate monkey. He had a monkey gang.
Mm-hmm.
That one might have been his monkey, too. He just didn't go. He's like, I don't know that monkey.
Gang.
I have one monkey, okay? So when the king's servants saw this, they came to his aid and managed to chase away the monkeys. King Alexander had 2 deep bites that were cleansed, and he was sure that the injuries were not serious and did not want the information about the fight and attack to reach the public. You know, he's kind of
classic mistake.
He's a quiet guy. Don't bring a doctor. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. The damage, though, was much more severe than King Alexander believed. That same evening, both bites were infected, and the king developed a serious infection.
Yeah, those monkey mouths are nasty.
Exactly. His Majesty's doctor considered amputating his leg, but none wished to take responsibility for this if that did not solve the problem, which is actually a fair thing to do, because that's the problem when you have like a monarchy that punishes people.
Yeah,
for
but I mean, he's either
doing
dead
shit.
with 2 legs or dead with 1 leg.
True, but it's like if somebody starts fucking choking and then you go, okay, and you start Heimliching them and you like break all their ribs or something like that. And they're like, you broke all my ribs. I'm going to cut your head off. And you're like, why do I even try to help you? Because there's no upside to this. I mean, there is, but not a high one. So the situation worsened each day without the doctors doing anything special, and the infection spread throughout his body, and sadly, it was no longer possible to save the king by a simple amputation, and it ended with the death of the king on October 25th, 23 days later after the attack, and he ended up dying of sepsis.
Yeah, that'd be a shitty way to go.
Yeah, it's a monkey bite.
Monkey bite.
You ever do a monkey bite to somebody? You like squeeze the back of their arm, and like you pinch the back of their arm with like the little, your thumb.
I have not, because I'm not an asshole.
Oh, I do it. I do it to Katie sometimes, and she
Who's
goes,
that?
"You're an asshole." That's my girlfriend, who has sepsis now because I monkey bit her. So this next story is kind of a famous one, but I just added it for a little flair because it's a notoriously naughty animal in American folklore.
Is it an ostrich?
No, it's not Johnny Cash's ostrich. I wanted to do that, though. That kept popping up, and I was like, can't do it.
Can't do it.
So this is Mrs. O'Leary's cow. And all you Chicagoites out there might know of it. But let's get into it.
Yeah, I don't think I know that one.
So for years, people believed that the source of the 1871 Great Chicago Fire, a tragedy that essentially burned the city to the ground, was a much maligned animal, Mrs. O'Leary's cow. The cow was thought to have kicked over a lantern, which set its stall alight.
Which is easy, because it's all fucking hay.
Exactly. Everything was made of hay back then.
Everything.
The
Clothes.
Don't share your chocolate. It's made of hay.
The gingerbread men.
Toilet paper.
Love boats.
Hair.
Lots of hair.
Lots of hair. So, that'd be worse if things were made of hair. Have you seen how quick hair burns?
Oh, and the smell?
When you gotta
the smell? I'd rather smell burning hay than hair. Oh, the smell.
Please stop. So, like I said, it set his stall alight, creating a fire that destroyed most of Chicago and killed 300 people. However, recent thinking has exonerated the innocent cow, who likely didn't survive the blaze either. So, like, whatever, he got punished.
You get those people that morning were like, "Oh, this milk is so good. Thank you to whatever cow did this." And then they
fucking fried.
Burned up.
They burnt their hair off, and as they're dying, they're like, "Oh, that smell!"
The milk's curdling in my stomach.
Boiled milk? No, thank you. I'm gonna have to throw out my asshole after this. Anyway. This is so gross.
Oh, boy.
So, an extensive investigation of the fire's source and its first witnesses in 1997 found that it was much more likely to have been caused by a man called Peg Leg Sullivan. Of course it was fucking Peg Leg Sullivan.
It's always Peg Leg Sullivan.
That should have been the first guy you checked with, you fucking assholes. Why are you checking with a cow? The cow did it. No, I think it's Peg Leg Sullivan.
Pull them into the what do you call it when you gotta
The interrogation room?
You gotta finger the perp or whatever.
You finger him?
Isn't that the term? Is when you have to like pick people out? They call you gotta like finger them.
Yeah, but I want to hear you say that you fingered Peg Leg Sullivan.
Are you gonna finger the Peg Leg Sullivan? Or are you gonna finger the cow? To lose.
And then you
Don't get a splinter.
And then you get up in Peg Leg Sullivan and you go, "Oh, it's curdled milk." The smell.
Oh, the chunks are rising.
No. Please stop. Anyway, fuck. Okay. And like we said, it was probably a man called Peg Leg Sullivan, and the evidence was so convincing that the...
Was he born with the name Peg Leg?
I don't think so.
He was born there. By the time he's 18, he's like, well, fuck, I guess gotta cut my leg off.
His mother was a prostitute, and his father was a nightstand. But the evidence was so convincing that the Chicago City Council posthumously exonerated Mrs. O'Leary and her unfortunate bovine of causing the tragedy. So they got wiped from the records, and old Peg Leg Sullivan got fucking slapped on the records as being the fucking asshole that burnt down half of Chicago.
You said prostitute, which reminded me.
What?
Remind me of something.
What?
What did the leper say to the prostitute?
I don't know.
Keep the tip.
That's fucking disgusting. Oh, speaking of, I'm sorry. Did you hear that actress got murdered? She got stabbed to death.
What are you talking about?
I can't remember. Reese.
Witherspoon?
No, with a knife.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
You stupid dick.
I'm not smart.
That's pretty good though, right?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wow, I'm so glad you fell for that.
God, what's another Reese?
Witherspoon.
What's another Reese though?
Who
else could have I dropped on that one?
Is Pieces? Reese's Pieces. I don't know another Reese.
Actors
named
Reese.
Peg Leg Sullivan. Okay, I'm gonna move on to my next story unless you're gonna drop a Reese on me. Is it a porn star?
It's not good. Mason Reese.
Who's that?
Former child actor.
Oh no, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him.
It went bad. It all went bad.
Okay, let me move on to this next one. So this next one, in Britain, Hannah Twynnoy. Oh, this last name is so hard. How do you pronounce this? Twynnnoy. Twynnoy. Twynny?
Mm.
So whatever. Twynnoy. So in Britain, Hannah Twynnoy is mostly known not for a record she set in her lifetime, but for a record she set in her death. So Hannah, what?
Oh, I just texted you via laptop. Mason Reese, this guy.
I don't want to see.
Just click it. Just click it.
Oh no, I see the tiny picture. I don't want to see this. Oh my God! Wait, I know this guy. Why do I know this guy?
Well, you would have known him as a child.
What was he in?
He was in particularly for Underwood Deviled Ham. Post Raisin Bran and Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know him then. He looks familiar though. Anyway, please let me continue the story.
Are you glad you looked at that photo?
No. So, Mason Reese, if you want to see what we're seeing. In Britain, Hannah Twynnoy is mostly known for a record she set in her lifetime. Oh, sorry, not known for a record she set in her lifetime, but for a record she set in her death. Hannah was a barmaid working at a local pub in 1703, and the pub was called the White Lion Public House, which goes back to what you said a couple podcasts ago about how they named pubs after
Oh yeah, after
the color of the
color
animal.
and a emblem, so you could
Because nobody could read back then.
Yeah, the red boar.
Exactly. So the tiny pub that resided in the English market town of Malmesbury in Wiltshire, also had an animal menagerie, which contained an animal that should never be around a drunk person. You want to guess what it is, David?
I mean, that's a long list.
Just what's the one? You already mentioned it. What's the one animal that shouldn't be around drunk people? You already said it.
Porcupine?
Tiger.
Hedgehog?
Tiger.
Rhino?
So apparently, bourbon.
A camel.
No, that'd be fun. Apparently, one of Hannah's favorite pastimes, besides drinking, of course, was that she liked to torment the tiger.
Yeah, that's never a good idea.
Which is like a drunk fucking person thing to do.
If I was drunk around a tiger, I'd probably make it a quesadilla.
Curdle the milk. So that was until one fateful day when the tiger got fed up and mauled her to death. So her death is recorded in the Malmesbury Parish Register, which records a burial on October 24th, 1703, of Hannah Tewinoy, killed by a tiger at Ye White Lion. Her gravestone survives in a corner of the churchyard of Malmesbury Abbey with a memorial poem alluding to her death. And the poem on her gravestone goes like this. In bloom of life, she's snatched from hence. She had not room to make defense. For tiger fierce took life away, and here she lies in a bed of clay until the resurrection day. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want that written on my tombstone.
No, but the good news is you wouldn't have to read it.
But, yeah. But the other good news is that, like, if I die right now, nobody would be reading about me in 300 years.
No one would be reading about you in 3 days.
That's true. Well, when's the paper come out?
You won't make the paper.
I'll get a Facebook post at most. He was really cool. What a sweet guy.
He was my best friend by someone you don't know.
I don't know him. Anyway, so this is my last story. And
okay.
It is by far the horniest.
Is it a rhino?
No.
No.
Oh, that would have been good, though. So, my last story is probably the most wild and probably most fictitious. But then again, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened. So let's get into it. So a man by the name of Count Guilliamus was an Albanian nobleman of the Blinishti family, first mentioned in 1279.
Great year.
Yeah, so you know that they're all writing everything on straws of hay, right? So it is said that Count Guilliamus Count Guilliamus had a pet ape, most likely a chimpanzee, as well as a wife that was rather promiscuous.
Yeah, sign me up. A monkey?
It's an ape. Monkeys have tails.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah. So it was also said that when the count wasn't home, the wife would have...
No. We can still end it. We can end it here. You don't have to finish.
It gets better.
It's okay. You don't have to finish.
So when he wasn't home, the wife would have sexual relations with the animal. This, of course, wasn't a problem for the count since he was unaware of all the ape business, But one day, when the ape was watching the count lay with the countess, it went berserk and brutally mauled his master. The count died of his wounds, but the wife survived and eventually gave birth to a monstrous creature.
No.
This creature would become known all over the weird internet conspiracy message boards as a human
Creator of Facebook.
no, human Z.
Oh.
It's like a chimpanzee, but a human.
Oh, I thought you were saying human dash Z,
No, no.
like Gen Z.
No, like a human Z.
Okay.
So,
Fuck me. This is horny.
it is.
This is a bad horny.
So somehow the hybrid boy, whose name was said to be Miamo,
Miamo?
M-A-I-M-O,
Okay.
M-A-I-M-O,
M-A-I-M-O,
M-A-I-M-O, Miamo was his name.
Could you imagine if you're listening to this podcast and your name's Miami and you're like, oh, fuck.
I'm named after a human Z. So somehow the hybrid boy ended up with Pope Alexander II, who even showed the creature to religious leader Peter Damian, who wrote about it in his story De Bono Religioso Statude et Veriorum Antiantum Trapigagia.
What's blowing my mind is that the child survived.
So,
He didn't come, he wasn't born without lungs or something.
so although technically possible due to the genetic closeness between man and chimpanzee,
No.
I don't think that's right.
No.
But this is on a weird message board, and I was
Yeah.
like, I looked at that and went, I don't know if that's correct,
I'm not buying it.
but I don't know if anybody's tried.
Okay. Well, someone did.
So it worked. But I'll just read what I wrote.
Wait, hold on. What happened to the ape?
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay.
Oh no! I actually don't think that ape. I think it went all the way back. Miamo kind of took over the story.
Well, you would assume that they killed the ape after killing the other guy, but like,
It might have. Yeah, they might have killed the ape.
but like, can you take a father away from a son? Think about the boy.
I don't think the son was born yet.
Just think about the boy.
Miamo needed a daddy. so although technically possible, we don't know, due to genetic closeness between man and chimpanzees, a true hybrid between man and ape has never been confirmed. Oh, okay. So, yeah, it's never been confirmed, but they say it's fucking
You ever seen Ron Perlman?
I don't know. Oh, fuck. Good point. So, some are convinced that Peter Damian's report was true, but others think it was more possible that Miamo was simply a deformed and mentally handicapped human child. So, this creepy story remains a mystery to our days, but due to biological plausibility of a human-ape hybrid and the fact that indeed aristocrats were fond of keeping apes as exotic pets at the time, it shouldn't be completely disregarded as a mere fantasy. So
Not the right word.
they're saying, I don't know. That was a copy and paste at the very end. That was off a very
I'm pretty
weird
sure
message
all
board.
your shit's copied and pasted.
No, I write most of it. Some of it. It depends on the story.
Intro, outro's all me.
So, no, I write my own wording in there sometimes. Actually, most of the time. I try to as much as I can. But when there's fucking no information about Miamo, I'm just like, I guess this guy worded it best.
See, this podcast is one person who copies and pastes, and the other person who reads a sentence and just makes up a bunch of shit to form around it.
No.
We're not educational, so back off.
So, in conclusion, I would like to say that there are really no good boys and bad boys, just sometimes confused boys. Maybe the Ram was a bad boy, though. But regardless, we just have to remember that we are just another animal sharing this beautiful planet with the rest of our brothers and sisters. So next time you decide to drunkenly taunt a tiger or try to have sex with your wife in front of her monkey mistress, ape mistress, just remember that you might just get a gravestone with a poem on it making fun of the way you died. So be careful.
Poetic as always.
I just try to, sum it up. I try to, as much as I try to connect monkey sex to life, our lives, that's as best as I can do.
Yeah, sometimes that's all you can do.
Sometimes it's a stretch.
You just gotta give it your all. Just stretch on in there.
Curdled milk. Anyway, that's my story about these naughty little pets.
Meow Tobin.
Yes.
What's your favorite sport?
Favorite sport?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I'm kind of I like luge.
Baseball. That's right. Good boy.
Actually, no, I do like baseball. But, I don't watch any sports anymore. I don't fucking have cable.
Yeah.
UFC's fun when someone gets knocked out.
Yeah, but you can always watch a whole UFC fight on Instagram 3 seconds after the
That's
fight's done.
true.
So why pay
wouldn't,
for it?
I wouldn't pay for it. I'd watch it on for free somewhere.
So today I'm going to tell you about your favorite baseball team you didn't know existed.
Ooh.
And it's full of some naughty, naughty boys. This
Damn.
story I have named the Death Row Dodgers.
What?
Do you know about this?
No.
It's
I know about
always
Murderer's Row.
I can always tell when you're lying about if you've heard a story or not, because you usually always hear them.
Yeah, but I don't know about this one because I thought you were gonna say Murderer's Row. Remember in Sandlot when he's like Murderer's Row was like Babe Ruth and like
Oh no.
that was like that's what they called that team that was like fucking killing it.
No, these guys
Yankees.
actually killed people.
Oh, fuck.
This story takes us
Real
back.
Murderer's Row. What are they called again?
Oh, I made up the team name.
Was it?
I'll
I
tell
like
you
it.
the actual team name, but I said the Death Row Dodgers because
I
I
like
think that's
that.
fun because the whole
It's fun.
there's an actual Dodgers and then they're dodging Death Row. Okay, we'll get into it.
Oh, I like that.
So this story takes us back to 1911 in the state of Wyoming. Yeah, that's a state.
Was it what's their thing? Big land country.
Something.
We got land.
They got something.
Wyoming. We got land.
In this time, baseball was a king in the entertainment world. With little to do outside of work, the American people would flock to baseball games, being that there were plenty of seats and, it was fun to watch baseball.
Yeah, get
It was
together.
cheap entertainment and, whatever.
Cracker Jacks.
Exactly. You think they drank those $14 Dos Equis back then?
I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I was like, I don't think people like drank in public. I think like when you drank, you were like just you and your wife in a closet and just like sipping because like
And just punching,
yeah, it's like
squaring up.
put on your put on your sock and boppers and fucking go finish a pint and fucking go to town.
Oh boy.
But like honestly, I feel like you couldn't be like drunk in
Yeah.
public. Like you had to be like.
I feel like it goes like one of two
Oh.
ways. You either couldn't be drunk in public or you just always be drunk in public.
Well, that guy was always drunk in public.
Yeah.
There's people, but like
Yeah.
upstanding citizens didn't go to baseball games to get fucked up.
Yeah, like they do today.
Yeah, that's fun now.
No, of course there were normal baseball teams. Some in which we still watch today. There's some classic teams that are
The
old
Giants,
as shit.
the Dodgers, the
Yeah.
Yankees, the
Yeah.
Red Sox, the Black Sox. Oh, they're not a
No,
team
they're
anymore.
gone.
Shoeless Joe Jackson was on the Black Sox.
What did the Black Sox turn into?
White Sox.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then Cubs. I think Indians. I don't know all the, but like they used to be the New York Giants and they moved to San Francisco. Dodgers used to be Brooklyn Dodgers.
Yeah.
I think they called them because they dodged cable cars and shit like that.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I don't know, but
So like I was saying, yeah, there's still the teams that were around back then that we watch today, and but this was in Wyoming, and there was a team that they had there was something very different about this team that they had, and that is this baseball team consisted completely of death row inmates.
oh my god.
But of course, there's a catch.
Does murder translate to baseball?
Oh yeah, and there's a catch, no pun intended.
Oh.
And this catch, no pun intended, is that these fellas weren't just playing to enjoy what little time they had left on Earth, but they were playing for their lives. As a
Shut
deal was made that as long as this team continued to win, they would continue to live.
No way.
Well, they didn't exactly know about it.
Oh. That's probably for the best.
Yeah. It was said that individual errors that would cost the team a win or a lose could result in death.
No. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine
Now that I said
bobbling a ball.
Yeah. Now, I said earlier that the Death Row Dodgers was the team name. That was a joke, and I thought it sounded better as they were literally dodging death sentences. But in fact, the team's actual name was the Penitentiary All-Stars, which would become a sensation. It was said...
They're not all-stars. They just murdered people.
Well, not all of them.
One guy's like, I just tax evasion. They just want to kill me.
He's the catcher. He's got the big old bottle glasses. They're super thick.
Don't hurt me.
So it was said, desperados caught in the act of robbery, rape, or murder in the town were not only hanged, but sometimes actually skinned. Various things were made from the hides of these unfortunate lawbreakers,
What?
such as souvenirs, and used as a warning to other would-be felons.
Wait, those are the people that didn't make it to prison. Those are the people who didn't. Those are the people.
Well, sometimes they would catch people and just kill them and then skin them
Yeah.
and make things out of their skin.
Holy fuck!
One such felon named George Parrott,
Jesus Christ!
who killed 2 deputy sheriffs. That's not funny.
Probably want a life sentence.
He killed 2 deputy sheriffs during an attempted train robbery, was lynched for the murders in 1881, and shoes were made from his skin.
Oh my God!
Boy, what you got on them Jordans? Nah, these are parrots.
They make it. They make it.
They make you fly.
They make it. They make it run faster and jump higher. They're like, is that what Benny the Jet got when he fucking stole that ball from Hercules over the fence? Great scene.
So obviously, this time and place wouldn't be above giving the option to play baseball in exchange for your life. The Wyoming State Penitentiary opened up in 1901, and keeping with the tone of what they would do with felons, the prisoners at this pen were subject to harsh conditions, especially when a man named Otto Graham took over.
What a cool name.
It is a cool name, but it's a very villainous name.
He sounds like a drug dealer. He's
Yeah.
like, he could like
Like a mobster.
He could like hand you a gram like automatically. Oh, he's a bad drug dealer. He's like, hey, what's up, Otto? He's like, here's a gram. And he's like, do you want money for this? I don't know. I just handed it.
I can't stop dropping it. Just take it, please. There has to be an end. Otto Graham was an old-timey millionaire who probably looked like the Monopoly guy, but a businessman at that. Graham would open a broom-making factory in the prison, and the state would pay him for the well-being of the ones attending the prison as they spent their day making and assembling his brooms, which he sold on top of that for a very bountiful profit. It was noted that for this time he made almost $250,000 from 1903 to 1911.
Good God.
Which I can only imagine what that, would be in today's money. Like,
you know what's interesting though? They never really talk about like they always the generic prison jobs. What is it? Name it. You know it.
like laundry, like cooking.
No. Like, what do they make for the outside world?
Oh, electricians.
No, they don't make electricians license plates. That's a classic prison job.
No, I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no.
See, like you make license.
See, I wouldn't
plates.
do that because you could get a good swipe at someone's neck and kill someone with a fucking license plate.
But maybe if you're on good behavior, you get to be on license plate duty.
Yeah.
But yeah, brooms is a really interesting one.
Because that one also very easy to make a shiv.
Hey, you know where you could
A
jam
6-foot shiv.
that long.
Yeah.
He stabbed me from a while away.
My door was shut. He got right through them bars.
He killed me and then swept me in a dustpan. You never found me. He swept me underneath the refrigerator.
So
The M&Ms.
according to a lot of his Graham, I always want to call him Grim. I kept typing Grim because it's one letter. It's 2 M's.
Otto Grimm.
So according to his prisoners, the conditions of the prison under Graham's control was merciless, and they lived ways of the Dark Ages.
It's crazy to think about like how nice. The prisons are nice now, but like
In comparison, yeah,
like
it's a
like
fucking
a
paradise.
nice prison was probably super shitty back then. Imagine what they were going through.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They said that the meals were calculated down that the last to the last bean, so then it was just enough food to prevent starvation, but like not enough to like function.
Can I have one more beans?
Just like one bean? God damn.
No, you had your beans today.
Yeah.
Autogram never miscalculates a gram of beans.
But like we were just saying, it should be obvious to most people listening that today none of this would be allowed. And in 1911, the system the system of forced labor and starvation were outlawed by the state. A pissed off Graham just lost a huge chunk of his income, so he decided to bail and leave his job at the prison.
No way. He just dipped out?
Yeah, quit. So after Grimm's departure, Bighorn County Sheriff Felix Alston.
Big Fourhorn?
Oh, Big Fourhorn. Oh, Big Fourhorn.
He was known
Felix
for-
Alston.
He was known for killing kids.
With his fucking forehead. So the Bighorn County Sheriff Felix Alston was named the new warden of the prison, and this is when the prison started to change for the best.
And this is in Wyoming, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so they moved him pretty far away. Actually, I don't know where they committed these crimes, but
No, I think they were all in the area. I don't know.
okay, I'm assuming. Yeah, I
They
just
didn't
know
really
if-
mention.
I didn't know if this was like a more notable prison that like the worst death row people got sent to or something like that.
I mean, it could have been the biggest prison in Wyoming at the time.
I mean, you only need
I would only assume they only had one big
you need
penitentiary.
like nine players to fill a field.
I don't know. You tell me.
Catcher, pitcher.
How do you not know? I thought it was
infield,
like 12 or some shit, but maybe.
infield. No, 9. Yeah, 9.
Okay.
Well, you need some backup pitchers and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
like that. You need some relievers, starters.
Of course. So, by most accounts, Alston took a much more compassionate approach to taking care of his prisoners, providing exercise plans, and a road building program.
That's another one.
Yeah, and they got the prisoners outside during the day, which
Smash a rock.
I know road building doesn't sound very fun, but goddamn, sign me up if I'm locked up in prison all day. Like, get outside.
If you ever, that's not, yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I mean, it sounds like it sucks, but at least you get some like exercise and like talk, like a little chit chat, maybe like side chit chat.
Just feel the fucking sun.
If you ever, it's probably burning. But if you ever
Gives a
want to,
shit.
if you want to watch a good prison movie, watch Life with Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy. It's very good. It was made in the '90s. It's
Okay.
super good, very funny, and it's about these guys in prison.
Well, I feel like this is like a bumper sticker that I feel like the shittiest day of road building beats a day in prison. That's like a shitty day fishing still beats a day in the office.
Yeah, we're like, I don't know. Sometimes it's donut day. You know, in the
Yeah,
office.
You guys get donut day in the office?
Well, they're fish donuts.
Oh, okay. But aside from exercise and fresh air, Alston also had another plan for the prisoners to combine the two, and that was his idea of an inmate baseball team. The Wyoming State Penitentiary All-Stars played their first game on July 28th, 1911, with a 12-man roster. Of these 12 men,
They got 12. Okay.
3 were rapists.
Are they gonna name their positions? Oh, I mean,
5 were thieves, 3 were killers, and 1 was a forager.
okay, the forager guy, like, does
Yeah.
does he deserve to be on death row?
He's a little shrimpy guy that's over there like, oh, I'll pitch.
yeah.
Oh, come on, I'll pitch.
You play Rover, and
I
you're
got
like,
a
what?
good fastball.
Um,
Let me zing one down the middle,
I
coach.
want to say 2 things. You should have been on that team because I'm not because you're a murderer or killer or rapist. But because you named the team way better than they fucking did.
What do you mean?
The Penitentiary All Stars.
Yeah, the Dodgers. Yeah, it's
The
great.
Death Row Dodgers is so much better.
So
There's some
much
like
better.
alliteration.
I can be
there's,
your GM.
there's second meaning behind it.
Oh, you haven't even seen the logo I have.
Also, this is very
It's a
similar.
bloody knife.
Is this the longest yard you're describing?
See, that's kind of what I was like. There is some comparison to the longest yard in a
A
way.
little bit, yeah.
So, except for this was in 1911.
When was that movie?
Yeah.
1912?
2011?
1912.
This team of criminals had it all, being led by their star player, convicted murderer of his lover's husband, Joseph Sang.
Okay.
He's like a focus of it. So in their first game, the All-Stars played the Wyoming Supply Company Juniors, one of the best teams the state had ever seen.
Oh my God, they're playing not prisoners,
No, they're playing like
real people.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Prisoners aren't real people.
It was a
No.
supply company
Holy
who
shit.
had a team called the Juniors who, yeah, apparently they were like the best team around.
That'd be frightening.
I mean, it's 1911, you know. There's no minor league or anything like
Yeah,
that as far
yeah.
as I'm aware of. So it's like this, you know, well, I mean, that's how the Green Bay Packers started, is that it was a meat packing company, and they're just like, oh, we're a bunch of big burly dudes who toss meat around all day, like picking up half of a fucking animal and
Fucking
hanging it up.
Wild.
And they started the Green Bay Packers. That's why they're called the Packers.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's a packing plant.
Holy shit.
So, sorry, that was a sidetrack I'm very passionate about.
Packer.
But the juniors were no match for the team of men who were fighting for their lives,
That's true.
which they didn't know exactly at the time. The All-Stars would win 11-1, largely thanks to their star murderer right field Sang, who hit 2 homers, which include a grand slam.
Yo.
I wonder if he got 2 more counts of murder when he cranked those balls to the fucking moon. Oh, man.
That's pretty good.
So word travels fast, or at least as fast as it could for 1911, and soon the nation was dying to hear about their new All-Stars, which resulted in...
They're like, I want to go see a game. They're all dead. They're like, oh, that took 6 months to get to me.
They took a horse for 4 months to go see the team, and they died 4 months
They
before.
told a horse and then sent it on its way, and it got there, and it didn't remember anything.
But boy, that horse
That
enjoyed the game.
The fucking dumb horse.
It ate 18 boxes of popcorn. So
Cracker Jacks.
the nation was talking about the penitentiary all-stars, which resulted in the team being covered by newspapers across the entire nation, including the Washington Post, which obviously had a great headline for the article, which read, Slayer scores home runs.
Oh my god. You could read anything in a newspaper back then.
Yeah. Anything.
Anything.
The overall attitude of professionalism was something that drew a lot of attention of the team. The Carbon County Journal, who referred to the team simply as the Cons, had this quote about the team. Joseph Sang, who was a convicted murderer in the first degree and sentenced to death, played a class game all the way through. He will petition the governor to commute his sentence and to his life imprisonment sometime this month. So they're just saying, like, they didn't play like a bunch of rapists, murderers, and shit. Like, they played like they were, like, good people.
I can see. What do you want them to play like? Like they fucking get a ground rule double. Like land
They didn't kill anybody.
They land on second and start pulling down the guy's pants next to him. He's like, "Come here," and you're like, "What are you doing?"
The batter hits like an easy first base run and runs with the bat.
He's just fucking knocking people out. Like, of course. Like, I mean, I think this is a very controversial stance, but I think just because somebody murders somebody, that they're not just like a murderer from then on. I think it's a very situational, like.
I think what you mean is just because someone killed someone doesn't mean they're trying to kill everybody.
Well, yeah, because these guys murder somebody.
He's still a murderer, but
he has a fucking horrible temper and stuff like that, and maybe he doesn't understand certain things, but like that doesn't mean that he's gonna do it again. Like it's a very situational thing where it's like this guy found out that his wife was sleeping with another guy, and then blah blah blah. He might have been drunk. I don't know.
No. So the star Joseph Sang killed his. He killed the husband of the lady he was sleeping with.
He was the mistress.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're in the wrong, Joseph. What's his name, Joseph?
Joseph Sang. Yeah.
Yeah, but exactly. But still, he's just jealous as long as you don't fucking wear his.
Well, he was just trying to marry. It was probably her idea.
Don't know.
I'll say it.
don't touch his favorite bat, and you'll be okay.
So this team of bad guys would eventually win over the hearts of everyone.
Oh.
But there was one more thing to their success than touching people's hearts. They also sparked.
What else did they touch?
They also sparked a local interest of gambling.
Oh.
So this becomes a little side story. A man with the last name Saban. I didn't catch his first name.
Nick.
Sure, Nick Saban. Great guy. One of the players on the team. His name was Saban. He was in prison for ambushing 3 sleeping sheep herders and shooting them in the face at close range.
Oh.
He would actually gain the local prison guards and politicians' support, being that the attack was in defense of his land and they saw it as justified. But he still did kill 3 people. I guess these people are trying to take his land and he killed them. They're trying to take his farmland and take his cattle and stuff, and so he killed them.
He wasn't me who shot them. It was that damn 4-horned ram killed all of them.
So he did kill 3 people, but people were sympathetic towards it because they're like,
They're
we get it.
They were on his property.
Like they were trying to take his land. Like
Man,
we get it.
You have no excuse to kill somebody back then.
But
He looked at me funny.
he still killed 3 people.
Yeah, at close range in the face.
Yeah.
Not a good look.
Yeah. So as it turned out, the newly appointed warden of the prison was the arresting officer of Sabin on that day. And according to family, Sabin and Alston were best friends.
Oh.
So he was best friends with the warden. So while Sabin was sentenced to more than 20 years, he was given the ability to come and go from the prison as he pleased.
Ooh, nice.
After killing 3 people. Now, what does he do with this time? He starts going to betting cages.
Oh.
And when he was out, he would give advice and he would fill them in and be like, bet on the All-Stars. I know them personally. I'm with them all day. I'm on the team.
They're going to win.
They're going to win and give me 20% commission on winning bets. And so it turned out that Sabin and Alston, the warden, were making money off of it because he was using
It's not a bad scheme.
Already
in prison, right?
Yeah, Alston was giving Sabin money to go bet, basically.
Oh, so he didn't want to be connected with it, but he's like, hey, I'll let the prisoner guy go use my money and then give it back to me or something.
Yeah, like my best friend. Here's my money. Go bet it.
Interesting. And you're already a criminal. Like, we can't throw you in prison longer. I mean,
double prison.
They can. But
double prison.
They can, but.
So as you could assume, after getting his shit shut down, Graham was pissed about the success of the All-Stars and was hoping that he'd eventually get his run at his slave-powered broom business again. So he kept in contact with some of his old employees, and he heard word of Sabin's tricks and about how he was helping Alston's with getting money and making illegal bets on the games. So he's kind of like, oh shit, I've got some dirt to get back. Maybe I can get back into the, like, being the warden and maybe get my broom company back up.
Mm-hmm.
So Graham shares his information with his dear friend, the Wyoming Senator Francis Warren, who was intending to run for governor against Joseph Carey, who was the man who appointed Alston as the new warden.
Okay.
So Senator Warren also believed that Carey was involved with illegal gambling as well, and lined up the bullseye to take 2 birds out with 1 stone for him and his friend. So it's like they could knock down all of this shit and get themselves back in power, because once...
Okay.
Yeah, because once... Warren continues to have power, he can get him back in, and or when Carey gets, it's a little confusing, but you see where I'm going with that.
It's a lot of prison politics, as we like to call it.
It's a little more complicated than normal politics.
Everybody's fucking dirty. That's the funny thing about it. It's
more
like,
of getting
who's
the evidence.
Dirtiest.
Yeah.
Or some guy's like, I have an illegal broom factory, and the guy's like, I'm betting on the side. I'm fucking the prisoners, and you're like, oh, okay, well, we don't like you, Joe, and he's like, okay, I'll step out.
So the All-Star Sing was scheduled to hang August 22nd of 1911.
No red tape back then. They got to business. If you're on death row, they're gonna hang you.
Yeah, but unfortunately, unfortunately, there was an inmate who decided Sang needed to die sooner. The prisoner, carrying a 10-pound ball attached to his leg with a chain, like all the old classic movies.
What?
Walked up a staircase where at the top rested a small box filled with sand, which was used for garbage.
Can you say that sentence one more time?
Oh, I gotcha. At the top of the stairs, the man raised the box full of sand and dropped it over the railing. The heavy box of sand fell 25 feet directly in the spot where our all-star man Sang was standing.
No.
But somehow, with some shred of luck, Sang bent the other direction to speak to a guard, leaving the box to slam right next to him.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! It's like a fucking Wile E. Coyote cartoon.
Yeah. So after an attempt on his life was made, the players were practicing, and the team shortstop Joseph Guzzardo who was in for manslaughtering. We'll add that one in. Fumbled a grounder, then missed another grounder on the next play. Out of pure frustration of himself, Gazzardo stormed off the field, which did not sit well with his teammate Captain Saban, who killed the guy that killed 3 people.
Yeah, shot him in the face.
Yeah.
Sheep farmers.
Yeah.
Sheep herders.
So Saban went in on yelling at him and the rest of the team. And it was at this point it became public that they were playing for their lives. So it wasn't until after their first game that they knew that, like, oh, wait, if we don't perform, they could kill us.
Oh, fuck.
Sang would write in his letter saying, mistakes on the field would not be tolerated. Saban told us that prisoners who made errors that cost the team a game would have more time added to their sentence. Winning would lead to reduced time and stays off execution.
Holy shit. That is so crooked.
Yeah.
It's like this guy just like owns this team, but not with money. He owns them with like
Power.
just like yeah, exactly, like murdering them.
Uh-huh. So after an outrage from the teammates of the statement, Saban told the players that this had come directly from Alston the Warren, and he also shared his information with the town's gambler. So he's like, I'm in on all this. I'm sharing the information. We're making money off of it. So he was telling, he ensured the gamblers that the All-Stars had every incentive to win because they thought they were playing for their lives.
Yes.
Now realizing the seriousness of their play, the team was ready for their second game on August 4th when they played the juniors for the second time. The All-Stars would best the juniors again 11-1, same score from the first game.
Damn.
After the
10-run rule.
Yeah. I don't fucking know. After the assassination attempt on Sang, he had a flawless game going 4 for 4.
Okay, wow, that's really good actually.
Yeah. So the
3 for 10 is supposed to be good in baseball. Out of 10 at bats, if you hit the ball 3 times, that's batting 300, which is like a really good, like, you'll be on the All-Star team if you're batting like 300 or above.
Okay, I didn't know that.
So yeah, 3 out of 10 times.
I don't know a whole lot about baseball.
Yeah.
So the All-Stars would play their third game 9 days after that, but Sang would have a less impactful game, which I kind of thinking it's not so much anymore, going 2 for 5.
It's still pretty good.
Yeah, but not as good as 4 for 4.
No, but like that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
1 for 4 would be like, oh, okay, it's still not that. As long as you're hitting the ball, like, you're in the game. There's people that fucking go 0 for 3, 0 for 4 games,
But even with their star having a slow day, which I thought that was a slow day, maybe it wasn't. The All-Stars would score another 11 points, winning 11-4 against, you guessed it, the juniors again. I don't think anybody else was willing to play them.
They're like, just keep playing the juniors. We'll keep fucking winning and surviving.
It's either this or the 9th grade baseball team.
I would play them. They win 21-1.
So Alston, making some money from the team's success, would tighten up security in the prison to protect his players, but mostly Sang, especially after his attempted assassination. By the end of summer, the inmates came to believe Sang had lost his appeals and was only being kept alive for his talent of baseball. Scheduled to be hanged on the 22nd, he was still alive on the 23rd. That is, of course, because their fourth game was on the 29th.
Oh.
Their fourth game was a victory with the score of 15-10.
Okay,
a little closer, yeah.
A little close.
But this would also be their last game.
4 games.
It was also against the juniors.
They just played the same fucking team over and over again.
The juniors, like, if we had that fifth game, we would have had them.
I just feel like the juniors are a bunch of really nice guys. They're like, we almost got them, guys. We keep going.
They're just like,
good.
We don't want to lose. They're going to die.
Yeah.
So in September, Governor Carey instituted a statewide crackdown on gambling due to the belief that officials had played some role in the gambling of the games. So it's basically, he was like calling it out, being like, oh yeah, the warden's making money off them playing, and he's keeping them alive because he's making money.
And maybe the other coach was like, lose, guys. Like,
yeah,
that'd be smart.
Yeah. So immediately after his crackdown on gambling was announced, Alston announced that the team's time had come and gone. And by November, the prison was starting a new life of praise for its new education initiative. And the death row all-stars would soon start to face the end.
It's like literally the end of Sandlot. They're all disappearing.
Yeah, basically. They're
Like,
but they're dying.
Bertram got the electric chair. They're like, the great Hambino fucking got
Choked on some ham.
Get a fucking sandbox fell on his head.
Well, for our big, strong baseball boy saying, after a tremendous 4-game performance, his story would come to a close when he was executed on May 24th, 1912. So he at least bought himself another year.
Yeah, that's not bad. You got to
Yeah.
play 4 games, hit some balls.
Yeah.
He had a pretty good record. I wonder what his final record was.
Yeah.
2 for 5, 1 game, 4 for 4, another. He's probably batting like close to 600, 700.
So the Carbon County Journal was present in Sang's final moments, where they complimented his approach to the hangman's noose, saying, his steps were steady, and he went to his death in a manner which stamped him as a brave man.
Well, good for him.
Yeah,
that
and
means that means he walked up there not like a coward. He
Yeah.
walked up there and was like, I'm ready for this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it.
You know how many final words like home run? like
I'm gonna go pick up those balls I knocked into heaven. I'm gonna toss them back down.
Oh, remember when he murdered
It's
that
gonna be a
guy?
meteor. It's gonna crush all of you.
Those are my favorite. The death row guys are like, hang me upside down so you kiss my ass. And you're like, okay, oh shit, okay. Why would we hang you by your neck first? Wow.
Yeah.
What an interesting story.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Wyoming be wildin' out.
Yeah, we got to go. That'd be very cool to go visit that field. If they even play it on a field.
I heard
knows?
they've got an electric chair. If a home run hits it, the whole stadium lights
Wee
up.
wee wee wee.
Everybody gets electrocuted.
Fireworks. Everybody gets two free tacos from Jack in the Box. Also an armed robbery.
Also a 50
Screwdriver.
cent value.
It's $1.
Yeah, okay.
Two tacos.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. We love telling you these stories. This was kind of a longer one, but we're glad you stuck around if you did. And if you guys want any more information, to go to campstrange.com. We got all this stuff there. You know it. You love it. Go to Instagram. That's where we're on as well, most active. If you would like to buy some merch, buy some merch. If you want to send us a story, send it to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to leave a review and rate and subscribe, we would really appreciate it. So you could do that if you would like as well. David, do we have anything else for these people in our store? Oh wait, what did you want to do?
Yeah, I was thinking we've been on a roll with these arguments. So I was thinking the next logical one is pineapple allowed on pizza.
Oh, pineapple allowed.
I don't understand why people get so pissed off about this one.
You know what? I completely agree. I think ham and pineapple really go well together.
See, my dream pie, my favorite pie, if I'm ever designing one, is pepperoni, jalapeno, pineapple.
Interesting.
That's my favorite combo.
Jalapeno and pineapple go together well,
they're
too.
amazing together, and I like to put a meat on there. So, like, yeah, pepperoni. I mean, they
Little
got
hardiness.
Yeah, if they've got like a spicy sausage, sure, but like
So you get a meat, a plant,
a plant,
a plant, and a fruit.
and a berry.
But there's no other fruit that goes on pizza.
Big spiky berry.
Is pineapple the only fruit that ever goes on pizza? A tomato.
Tomatoes. Wait, jalapeno's technically a fruit, isn't it?
Sometimes anchovies are considered a fruit. No, jalapeno? I don't know.
Yeah, because it's got seeds. Isn't that the
It's
whole
a
thing?
pepper. I don't know. That's a good question. But all I want to say is that if pineapple on pizza with ham, I don't think pineapple just on like cheese pizza is good, but pineapple a little sweet, a little salty, that little ham on there. If it wasn't good, it would not have survived the test of time.
I just don't understand. People get so pissed off about it.
It's
Why?
No, it's one of those things like Nickelback where
Why?
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 It's one of those things like Nickelback where people go, Nickelback fucking sucks. I'm like, yeah, right. If I throw on Photograph right now, you'd be wilding right now.
Imagine Dragons.
Yeah, no, Imagine Dragons is a new one, but there's just popular culture things that you say it and people go, haha, high five, that's funny, you hate them too. But those people don't
Yo,
even
shout
know.
out Hero on Spider-Man soundtrack.
Everyone loves that song.
Hero can save us. I'm not gonna take it away.
That was Creed for a while. Anyway.
Sometimes it's hard to figure out which one's which.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that like it's fun to hate. People maybe don't really hate it. They'll eat it if it's there. I will eat it if it's there. It's not my first choice, but pineapple on pizza with ham, I'm all in. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Yeah.
I won't order it, but if it's there, I'll eat it.
Yeah.
That's what my stance is. Anyway, David, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Do we have anything else to say before we head out?
Don't get so pissed about fucking pineapple.
You like pineapple off pizza, enjoy it on it too. And don't forget to stay strange.